So good morning guys, and welcome to my video. And in this video we'll be checking out the weekly outlook for this brand new week starting today, 8th June 2025. So this is actually a total overview of what I'm saying, or of what I can see in action for the week. I remember last week in the last video that we dropped here, I spoke about how price was pushing up towards the 3,400 levels, and we could see how it easily smashed all those levels. And on the channel, and I was telling a friend also that I usually don't like it when price opens with this gap and refuses to fill it, like how we could see what happened here. We could see how price left the gap, broke structure to the upside, and kept on chasing more highs on and on before the week sold beautifully with this break of structure, price coming back into the discount levels and chasing down lower. So without any further delay, I would love to clear my chart so that we can dive right into this. So starting from the weekly time frame, we go as high as the 1 week time frame, just like we do always. And on the 1 week time frame, I remember the last time I marked out this level and I spoke about how price was already rejecting from it on the weekly time frame. So let's first of all start from this FVG right here. We could see how we tapped into this weekly FVG, that's whereby we had another daily FVG down there. And then let's mark out our week, this week that just closed. Let's mark its high, and after marking the previous week's high, now let's just label it so we don't get confused. Previous week high. What I would also like to do right now is I would also like to mark out this level. Then let's go down now to the 1 day time frame. And on the 1 day time frame, what do we see? On the 1 day time frame, we could see that this level that I marked out here tallies with the daily FVG that price tapped to give us that break of structure that brought about the continuation of our bullish bias from the tap of this weekly FVG and this 1 day FVG right here. So we could see that, and we could see that price basically broke structure to the upside on the daily time frame, and we could see how after the break of structure we fell back down into all of these levels, which are the discount levels. You could see how we're actually sitting in the discount level. I was just looking for some form of rejection of any sorts before we do anything. So if I should go down right now to 4 hours, on 4 hour time frame now, we could notice something that was very significantly clear, and that was how price kept on beating from this trend line. We could see it was very obvious. We could see how price kept on beating it, and we kept on pushing down lower until this very point, which was this last Monday, whereby we broke out of it, and we could see that price is coming back towards the body of the line. So we are not quite sure if it will hold or not, but most likely to hold. And why do I say this? I say this because if we look down closer now, if I should switch now to like 1 hour, you could start to see how clear that gap is starting to be right now. Start to see how clear it is now. And if I should go down to, let's go down to 5 minutes so I could see it properly. And on 5 minutes now, when we come closer, what do we see? We see this gap right here. Price started to fill it with this candle actually, but it failed to completely fill it. So if let's just mark it right here from the point that we left down to this week here, and then let's change this color so that we don't have much confusion, and then we should draw it back this way, bump up to 1 hour, and draw it back towards this side. Yes, exactly, just like that. So once we do that now, what we see, we still see that I'm looking forward to see price. What I want to see, or what I'm saying, is price falling down and feeling this guy properly. If I should change this thing to 1 hour right here, what I want to see is, I want to see us falling, maybe with market open today. I want to see us falling to close to complete and fill this whole gap, and probably tap down as low as this, or even to the just the bottom of the close, but probably tapping down as low as this right here before we start to see some form of rejection that will then use this level, and we have a continuation to the upside. But then we also need to keep in mind very key levels after this last week's sell-off, that's Friday's sell-off. We need to also consider key levels such as this region right here that we broke out this particular there's this FVG right here. I think it's on the 4 hours time frame. Let's look for it. Okay, we can see it clearly on the 4 hours time frame right here. Sorry, you can see it clearly on 4 hours. So we could see how it held price up really good, like price kept on rejecting from it multiple times before we saw the break out of it. So now this level is one of those levels that we also need to keep an eye for. We also need to keep an eye for because of the break that we took from it and pushing down to the downside. So probably now markets might open and we could start to see some form of retracement, and this retracement could go as high as back to the midpoint of this FVG before we even see anything like this. I think this will be really beautiful. This will be really beautiful before we start to see some form of claiming this level, breaking above the IFVG now, and then tapping it, and boom, a continuation back up to the upside. So this will actually be a much more, this scenario will actually be very, very on point. Actually, it will be very, very good actually. So this is also what we could possibly see. We could see immediate sell-off down to fill in that gap, or we could see price retracing to tap into the 4 hour FVG before we see anything. But then we need to just keep our eyes very open and stay really, really active and sharp so we could catch this move. I think before the whole sell-off, I dropped something like this on the community channel. If you are not part of it, the link is in the description. Join and catch up good trades with us right there. And if you are looking for more centralized trades at entry and all of that, you can subscribe to my VIP. It costs $35 only, and the link also to do that is in the description. So majorly this is what I'm expecting to see play out this week. I think I like the view of this particular scenario. I like the view of this tapping back into the 4 hours FVG before we push right down to look for more buying opportunities after the gap has been filled actually. So you guys should keep your eyes out, and for those who are new to this channel, we drop this every week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.